Om Shanti. Today is Sunday, the 19th of May 2024. On this Sunday morning, let us listen to the avyakta Bapdada's Murli, which was originally held on 15th of December 1999. So the Murli of today, Sunday, 19th May 2024, is a revised Murli of 15th December 1999. Baba says in today's avyakta Murli, realize the importance of the power of thoughts and increase it by experimenting with it. So, the essence of today's avyakta Murli is realize the importance of the power of thoughts and increase it by experimenting with it. So, we must increase the importance of our power of thoughts by experimenting with it. Om Shanti. Today, the highest on high Father is pleased to see all his elevated children. Out of all the souls in the whole world, Baba says, you children are the most elevated. You are the highest. People of the world speak of those who are the highest in the world. However, that is just for one birth, whereas you children are the highest, the most elevated of all in the whole cycle. So, what is Baba telling us? In the other case, that is for just one birth, whereas you children, Baba says, are the highest, the most elevated of all in the whole cycle. You are the most elevated throughout the whole cycle. Do you know this? Look at your eternal form. Baba says, you eternal souls remain close to the Father eternally. Can you see that? In your eternal form, you are the most elevated souls who remain close to the Father. All souls stay with the Father there, but your place is very much closer to the Father. So Baba says, all souls stay with the Father there, meaning in the eternal form, but your place is very much closer to the Father. Therefore, eternally you are the most elevated of all. Now, move on to the beginning of the cycle, the first period of time, when all you children have attained your deity status and are in your deity forms. Do you remember your deity forms? Baba asks us. At the start of that age, you are the embodiments of all attainments. You are the most elevated in all ways, in terms of your bodies, minds, wealth, and out of all the people. You are constantly full of embodiments of all attainments. No other souls attain such a deity status. Baba says you are constantly full embodiments of all attainments. No other souls attain such a deity status. Even the righteous souls, that is Dharmatmas, and the great souls, that is Mahatmas, are unable to experience being elevated with all attainments. Where there is no attainment, even slightly missing. Baba says now move on to the middle period of time. Even in the middle period of time, you souls are worthy of being worshipped. Your non-living idols are worshipped. No other souls are worshipped as accurately in the right way as you worthy of worship souls are. Just think about it. Is anyone else worshipped as accurately as you are? Because you became karma yogis, every act that you performed is worshipped. So what is Baba telling us? Because you became karma yogis, every act you performed is worshipped. Even though there are idols of righteous souls and great souls with your idols in the temples, they are not worshipped as accurately in the right way as you are. Therefore, even in the middle period of time, you are the highest, the most elevated of all. Now come to the present time of the end of the cycle. At the end too, in this confluence age, you are the most elevated souls. What greatness do you have? You take sustenance from both Bap and Dada, the Supreme Soul and the First Soul. That is, you take sustenance from Bap Dada. So what do? We take sustenance from Bap and Dada, that is, the Supreme Soul as well as the First Soul. So we take sustenance from Bap Dada. Baba says you study with them. You claim a right to receive Srimat from the Satguru. Therefore, eternally, at the beginning of the cycle, in the middle period, and also now, at the end, you are the highest and most elevated of all such souls. Baba says in the beginning of the cycle, in the middle period, and also now at the end, you are the highest and most elevated of all souls. Do you have that much intoxication? Bap Dada says, now let this awareness emerge. Constantly keep this attainment in your minds and intellects. Baba says, the more this awareness emerges, the more you will experience the intoxication of it. You will also experience happiness and become more powerful. You have become the highest souls. Do you have the firm faith that you are now the most highest and became the most elevated, and that you will constantly be the most elevated of all souls? Do you have the intoxication for this? If the faith you have in this is strong, raise your hands. The teachers too raise their hands. Now Baba is addressing the mothers. Baba says, you mothers are always swinging in the swing of happiness. You are swinging, are you not? You mothers have great intoxication. What intoxication do you have? That the Father has come here for you. You have this intoxication, do you not? From the Copper Age onwards, everyone made you mothers fall. And this is why the Father has a lot of love for you mothers. This is why the Father has especially come for you mothers. You are becoming happy, but you must remain constantly happy. Not that you raise your hands now, but that when you are traveling by train, your intoxication reduces a little. Your intoxication has to be constant and imperishable. So, what did Baba tell the mothers? Not that you raise your hands now, but when you are traveling by train, your intoxication reduces a little. No, it shouldn't happen like that. Baba says your intoxication has to be constant and imperishable. Do you have intoxication only sometimes? Because it is your external intoxication that shows your happiness. Let the faces of you mothers always be such that you are seen as spiritual roses even from a distance. So Baba is giving the title of spiritual roses to the mothers. Baba says, let the faces of you mothers always be such that you are seen as spiritual roses even from a distance. The visible speciality that everyone likes about this world university is of you mothers who are constantly like spiritual roses in full bloom, and that it is you mothers who have taken the responsibility of carrying out such a big task. Even the Mahamandaleshwars believe that it is you mothers who have become the instruments to carry out such a huge task so easily. It is wrongly said of women that they can't even work together, or that they find it very difficult to work together. However, who are the instruments here? Baba asks, it is you mothers. When people come to meet you, what do they ask? Is it women who run this organization? Do they never fight among themselves? Are there never any conflicts? So, what are the kinds of questions that people ask? Is it women who run this organization? Do they never fight among themselves? Are there never any conflicts? What they don't know is that you are not ordinary women, that you are women who have been created by God Himself, that it is God's blessings that are making you do everything. You brothers do not think that the mothers are given more regard, do you? You brothers are also remembered as the 5 Pandavas. Together with the Shaktis, the 7 goddesses, they have also shown 1 Pandava. The mothers cannot do anything without the Pandavas. The Pandavas cannot do anything without the mothers. Both arms are needed. But because the mothers have been put down so much, the Father is showing you in a practical way that what everyone else in the world considers to be impossible, you have made possible. So, what is Baba telling us? Both the arms are needed, meaning the Shaktis and the Pandavas. But Baba says, because the mothers had been put down so much, the Father is showing you in a practical way that what everyone else in the world considers to be impossible, you have made it possible. All of you are happy seeing the mothers, are you not? Are you not? Baba is asking. You are happy, are you not? If the Father hadn't made the mothers His instruments, Then, because this is new knowledge and a new system, if it were still with the brothers, Baba says if it were still the brothers, there would be a lot of upheaval. The mothers are their shield because this is new knowledge. These are new things. However, the brothers are always there with the sisters. The Pandavas are ahead in their own task and the sisters are ahead in their own task. All of this work proceeds without any obstacles because the advice of both is taken. Now, Bap Dada is telling us about the various plans and the years ahead. Baba says every day Bap Dada sees all the work that all of you children do and how you continue to create new plans. All of you are aware of what time this is. Do you remember the time? The year 99 has almost come to an end. We must remember that this Murli was held originally on 15th of December 1999. So, Baba says the year 99 has almost come to an end. You were thinking that the year 99 has arrived. 99 has arrived. It was a year for you to serve and to remain free from obstacles. It is in this year 99 that you have been having silent bhattis. To the extent that everyone in the world is afraid, you are going into the depths of remembrance. There is silence of the mind anyway. You go to the bottom of the ocean of knowledge and bring back jewels of new experiences. So, what did we do in the year 99? Baba says there is silence of the mind anyway. To the extent that everyone in the world is afraid, you are going into the depths of remembrance. You go into the bottom of the ocean of knowledge and bring back jewels of new experiences. Bap Dada had also sent you a signal earlier to tell you that the greatest treasure you have, the treasure that enables you to create your future as well as the present, is your treasure of elevated thoughts. The power of thoughts that you children have is great power. It is a power of elevated thoughts. Everyone has thoughts, but it is only you who have the power of elevated thoughts, the power of good wishes and pure feelings, the power that enables you to concentrate your minds and intellects. The more progress you make, the more you will continue to accumulate your power of thoughts. You must not waste this power. So, what is Baba advising us? We must not waste this power because the more progress you make, the more you will continue to accumulate your power of thoughts. So, Baba says you must not waste this power. The main way in which you waste this power is by having waste thoughts. Bap Dada has seen that even now, the majority of you are still having waste thoughts throughout the day. Those who use their physical wealth economically always have plenty. Those who waste their wealth are deceived at some time or another. Similarly, Baba says your pure elevated thoughts have so much power that you are able to increase your catching power and your power to catch vibrations. Just as the instruments of science, the wireless, the telephone, etc. do their work, in the same way, when you have the treasure of pure thoughts, then even though you may be sitting in London, you are able to catch the vibrations of souls just as clearly as you would be able to do through the wireless, the telephone or the TV, etc. So, let's hear the most important line here. Baba says, your pure elevated thoughts have so much power that you are able to increase your catching power and your power to catch vibrations. Therefore, Baba gave us the example of the wireless, the telephone and the TV. So, Baba says, just as the instruments of science, the wireless, the telephone, etc. do their work, in the same way, when you have the treasure of pure thoughts, then even though you may be sitting in London, you are able to catch the vibrations of souls just as clearly as you would be able to do through the wireless, the telephone or the TV, etc. Baba says so many of these facilities have been invented, but your catching power will be much sharper than any of them. This will also increase with your power of concentration. All of those supports are coming to an end. On what basis do all of those instruments function? On the basis of light, that is electricity. All the physical facilities of comfort are based on light. So Baba is today giving us practical examples of light, electricity and energy. Baba says all the physical facilities of comfort are based on light. So, can your spiritual light, your soul power, not do this task? You should be able to catch whatever vibrations you want from those who are near and far. Only when your minds and intellects are both concentrated and stable will your catching power increase. Let's hear that again. Baba says only when your minds and intellects are both concentrated and stable will your catching power increase. You will have many experiences. When your thoughts are selfless, pure and clear, you will have many experiences very quickly. Science will bow down in front of your power of silence. What is Baba saying? Science will bow down in front of your power of silence. Even now, people think that there is something missing in science that needs to be accomplished. This is why Bab Dada is once again underlining for you that your power of thoughts will enable you to do fast service in your final stage. What is Bab Dada underlining? He is underlining that your power of thoughts will enable you to do fast service in your final stage. Therefore, pay greater attention to the power of your thoughts. Save it and accumulate it. It will become very useful. You will be able to become a soul who constantly experiences with the power of your thoughts. What is the importance of science? Baba asks. It is only when scientists make scientific experiments that people believe that they are doing something useful. Therefore, in order to experiment with your power of your silence, you need the power of concentration. So, what is Baba giving us the example of? Baba is giving us the explanation of silence with the comparison of science. Baba says it is only when scientists make scientific experiments that people believe that they are doing something useful. Therefore, in the same way, Baba says, in order to experiment with your power of silence, you need the power of concentration. The main basis of the power of concentration is to have the power to control your mind. It is with this that you increase the power of your mind. The power of the mind is praised a great deal. Those with occult powers also show temporary miracles with the power of their minds. You too will show benevolent miracles by using the right method, not with occult power. These will become blessings. So what is Baba blessing us with? Baba says, you too will show benevolent miracles by using the right method, not with occult power. These will become blessings. This experiment with the power of thoughts will be proved to be a blessing for souls. Therefore, first of all, check whether you have the controlling power to control your mind. Just as with science, you are able to switch off or switch on something in a second. In the same way, check whether you are able to control your mind in a second for as long as you want in the way that you want. So what is Baba asking us to check? Baba says, first of all, check whether you have the controlling power to control your mind. Just as with science, you are able to switch something on or off in a second. In the same way, check whether you are able to control your mind in a second for as long as you want, in the way that you want. You should be able to see yourself as an embodiment of success, both in yourself and in service. However, Bab Dada sees that at present you only pay ordinary attention to increasing your account of the power of thoughts. You don't pay as much attention to that power as you should. You speak and act automatically on the basis of your thoughts. There will be no need to make individual effort if you pay attention to this. You think, today I will pay attention to control my words. Today I will pay attention to my drishti. Today I will change my attitude by paying attention to it. When your power of thoughts is powerful, you can automatically control all of these things. You will then be saved from having to labor. So realize the importance of the power of thoughts. Now Baba is telling us about the importance of bhattis. Baba says the bhattis are especially being conducted for you to be able to instill this habit. Which habit are we talking about? The importance of the power of thoughts and how to control them. Baba says by continuing to pay attention to the habits you instill here, you will make them eternal. Do you understand how important this is? The greatest of all treasures that the Father gives you is this treasure of elevated thoughts, of thoughts filled with good wishes and pure feelings. The Father gives this treasure to each one of you, but you accumulate it number wise. Your power to experiment with this treasure is also number wise. Now, have you ever experimented with your good wishes and pure feelings? Baba asks each one of us. Have you experienced a successful result by doing this the right way? This is happening very little at present. Eventually, the power of your thoughts will become very great. So, Baba tells us that eventually the power of your thoughts will become very great. At present, to give a message in words, you use up your time and wealth and you fluctuate. You become tired as well. However, when you are able to serve with the power of your elevated thoughts, you will save all of those things. What all will we save? Baba says time, wealth. Because at present when we give a message in words, we use up our time and our wealth and we fluctuate and we become tired as well. So Baba says, once you are able to serve with the power of your elevated thoughts, you will save all of those things. Therefore, increase the power of your thoughts. When you increase your power of thoughts, revelation will take place very quickly. How many souls have you given the message to in the last 62 to 63 years? Why is Baba asking about 62 to 63 years? Because the Murli was held in 99 and the Gyan started about 62 to 63 years ago. You haven't even served 9 lakh souls. You have to give this message to all the souls of the whole world. So how many billion souls are there? As yet, it hasn't become clear that God is teaching you, that God is making you move, and that God, Karavanhar, is working through you. As yet, there is just the sound that all of you are doing good work, but Karavanhar is still incognito. Baba says with the power of your thoughts, you can transform everyone's intellect, whether in the form of God's divine activities or in His form of the Father, God will be revealed. What is Baba telling us? Whether in the form of God's divine activities or in His form of the Father, God will be revealed. Therefore, once again, Bab Dada is now asking you to pay attention to increasing your power of thoughts and to experiment with that constantly. Do you understand? Bab Dada told you to practice concentrating your minds in a second. When adverse situations suddenly come, you will be able to finish that problem with the power of your minds. That situation will just be something to teach you a lesson. Therefore, all of you must now concentrate your minds and intellects. See whether you are able to do this. Baba conducted drill. Continue to practice this throughout the day. Acha, to all the elevated souls everywhere, to all the souls who play an elevated part in the beginning, the middle and at the end, to those who have experienced the successful results of elevated thoughts, to those who, as well as being easy yogis, are also souls who experiment, to those who increase all their powers with their power of thoughts, to those who pay full attention to their minds and intellects, to the children who constantly experiment, Bab Dada's love, remembrance and namaste. Bab Dada is saying all the children of this land and abroad, the love and remembrance you send through your thoughts and your heart-to-heart conversations reaches Bab Dada. Love and remembrance to all you children in every country, wherever you may be listening, to Baba through the power of science. Special love and remembrance to daughter Janak, because although she is physically sitting there, her mind is here. Therefore, special love and remembrance to each and every one of you. Acha, very good Yog Bhatti programs are taking place. Now, Bab Dada speaks to the Dadis. Do you consider yourselves to be the lights of Bab Dada's eyes? By constantly being merged in Baba's eyes, you will constantly be merged in Baba's Drishti. This is the special festivity of the father and the children at the confluence age, to meet, to listen, to eat and drink with Baba is also the special festivity of the confluence age. You will all return home together while celebrating in this way. Then you will go down into your kingdom. You are going to rule your kingdom with Father Brahma. It is good. People of the world are constantly thinking and you are constantly celebrating. You don't have any thoughts as to what will happen or how something is going to happen, do you? You don't have any of these types of thoughts. Acha. So we the spiritual children also say Namaste to our spiritual father. Today's blessing. May you use all the powers you have received in this final birth and become filled with willpower. Let's hear the wonderful blessing again. Baba says, may you use all the powers you have received in this final birth and become filled with willpower. Baba explains, this sweet drama is predestined in a very good way. No one can change it. However, in this elevated Brahmin birth of the drama, you have received many powers. The Father has willed them to you, and so you have willpower. Use this power whenever you want. Baba says, become detached from the bondage of your body and stabilize in the Karmatit stage. I am detached. I am a master. I am a soul who has been made an instrument by the Father. So what should we remember? I am detached. I am a master. I am a soul who has been made an instrument by the Father. Stabilize your mind and intellect in this awareness and you will be said to be filled with willpower. Finally, the slogan for today, do service from your heart and the door to blessings will open. Slogan once again, do service from your heart and the door to blessings will open. Acha, Om Shanti. There is a notice. Today is the third Sunday, International World Meditation Day, and all Brahmin children will collectively have yoga from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Baba says, stabilize yourself in your ancestor form and donate powers to the world tree. Bring every soul personally in front of you and give them drishti, filled with love, and give them the feeling of belonging. Acha, Om Shanti.